So guys, today we're going to talk about knife attacks and knife defense, because I have seen a video and you can watch that video before you watch this video. I'm gonna pin it in the comment section. I cannot show you the video here because this video would be then demonetized instantly. What happened was, so the guy who had apparently a knife, he had his hands in the pockets and the other guy was just basically like this. And he did let the guy close in. I don't know what he was talking about. He was probably saying something, and at one point the other guy just instantly took a knife and he cut his face. Very fast, pretty much close distance. You can say unpredictable. So, and when you think about all this knife defense techniques that you see, where people actually catch the hands, deflect the hands, and they hold the hand and they punch, and the other guy just lets it do it. If you watch these videos, just watch at the guy who is attacking, because the guy who is attacking during these scenes or even during this training exercise where you train, and the people say, well, you would train your attributes here. The problem with this exercise is none of this simulated attacks represents any kind of reality, because the guy, like the example in the video, the guy had his hands in the pockets, and the people, they don't stand with you in the street like this. This couldn't be more unrealistic than it actually is. All fights, they start from the distance, and you have to use this to your benefit, guys. So please think about this. The distance is your friend and you use it to your benefit. The changing of the distance is going to dictate when you are going to attack, when actually to defend, and not the actual attack of the guy. There's some point where he is not close to you, right? So he wasn't always this close to you. Doesn't really matter what he was talking and what you were talking. Now he comes close, right? Now you can back off. As I said so many times in other videos as well, you back off. If he is constantly coming towards you, right? So here, you back off, he comes. Now you can attack into his movement. You don't go and you stand and now you wait until he attacks, and then you want to deflect, you want to do your whatever technique you have trained all the time. You can maybe pull off the thing if you know exactly what he's going to do, or he comes always exactly at the same line. So how do we handle this? You keep the distance. He comes. You back off. He continues to come. You can counter. You can counter different ways. So you can go here and then you push forward. So now he comes forward, you back off, and he still continues to come forward. Then you push towards him and you suddenly shorten the distance, so he isn't even prepared, so he has no time actually to do his attack. Okay, this can also be something like this. And if you remember in the video, he had his hands all the time in the pockets. You didn't even know that he had a knife. So you didn't even know, does he have a knife? Does he want actually to attack? He can punch, he could actually kick, he could pull out the knife, a stick. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter why, because as soon as he shortens the distance, I attack to the threat that he could do something, that he's shortening the distance. So I actually attack before he initiates his attack. And this is Jeet Kune, the way of intercepting. This is the main core of this whole martial art, guys. And not all the other stuff, trapping, blocking, deflecting, pulling, pushing. You hit the guy before he actually attacks, but he's just about to attack. And it's the distance that gives you the timing when you should attack. Maybe he wants to kick, so you have a further distance, okay? You see, the same idea, he has to step anyway, so he has to step anyway. You can go into his kick, okay? You can kick into his kick, okay? You can eye jab into his kick, okay? And you can also punch into his kick and move off. It's all the same. So now sometimes people say, what if you are against the wall and you cannot go back? Well, at some point you are at the wall. And certainly at some point he was further away from you. So you can't actually go back. You could go sideways. But let's say here's another wall. You're, for some reason, you're in the corner, in the toilet, or maybe in a damn elevator. There's still a distance between you and him. He wasn't all the time here if he chooses to come. So same idea. He comes and you go in, okay? Doesn't matter what here is. You, as soon as the distance shortens, you go in. If you don't train this and he comes close, and now he's here, And if he chooses to punch from here, there's probably nothing you're gonna do. Or maybe he even uses a knife and stabs you from here. Okay, so like this, okay? You have to intercept the guy earlier, right? And then you can punch the guy here. You should train that all the time. You should train to attack, to kick, to eye jab, incoming person. The reality is you're not going to stop a knife most likely with your hands. Of course, there may be some examples where guy has already a knife before he actually attacks. Maybe some guy with mental problems, they're carrying knives and they are threatening people. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a guy who is really threatening you, like this guy in the video, okay? And he's just coming close. And if he comes close, you can give him a chance, you back off, and when he follows, right, then you can attack and counter, okay? So guys, thanks for watching, see you next time.